Good morning and good afternoon and good evening, wherever you are. It's now 5 p.m. here in Fiji, and I believe it's 10 a.m. in Pakistan. A very warm welcome to all of you who are tuning in. Thank you for joining us in today's Top Talk with the Additional Secretary, Ministry of Industries and Production from Pakistan. My name is Ismail Tangida Kiberata, and I'm the head of NPO Fiji and director of the National Training and Productivity Center of Fiji National University. Today we have an exciting and timely topic, and I think this is very relevant to the global situation we are in regarding the impact of COVID-19. And different countries, whether large or small, in different continents, we are all coping in different ways. So first, let me thank Additional Secretary Nawaz. Thank you so much for giving us your valuable time today. Perhaps you would like to say a few words to our audience.
Good morning from Pakistan viewers. I wish every one of you peace, progress, and prosperity.
Thank you, Mr. Nawaz. Let me quickly introduce our honored speaker today. He is Mr. Saeed Ahmed Nawaz, Additional Secretary in the Ministry of Industries and Production and APO Alternate Director for Pakistan. Formerly, he has served in top positions in various departments of government of Punjab, which include Additional Secretary, Senior Member, Board of Revenue, Director General, National Institute of Management, and Secretary. He is Chairman of Pakistan Industrial Technical Assistance Center, National Productivity Organization, Industrial Facilitation Center. He's also a member of the Pakistan Industrial Development Corporation, the Fauji Fertilizer Company Limited, the Pakistan Stone Development Company, and the Gwadar Port Authority. He holds a master's degree in local eco-development from the London School of Economics, master's in business administration from the University of Punjab, and the Hubert H. Humphrey Fellowship from the Boston University in the USA. Our topic today is productivity and competitiveness strategies during COVID-19. Productivity and competitiveness are important drivers of economic growth. Early this year, COVID-19 came as a surprise and has affected our lives in myriad ways, and its impact is especially visible in the industrial sector. The majority of industries are finding it difficult to survive the challenges posed by the pandemic, resulting in disruptions of entire supply chains. After the presentation, there will be an interactive live question and answer session. Viewers, if you have any questions, please post them with your names and countries in the live chat box, and we will answer as many as time allows. So without any further ado, Additional Secretary Nawaz, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Smiley, for a generous introduction. The scheme of my presentation is going to be, I've already been introduced, so I'll start with the introduction of Pakistan and NPO Pakistan. Next slide, please. Then general COVID-19 situation in Pakistan, preventive measures, sector-wise impact and opportunities we've been able to avail or we couldn't benefit from, and strategies adopted by Pakistan, initiatives and relief package, and finally the way forward. Next, please. Next. The full name of the country is Islamic Republic of Pakistan, and it's situated in South Asia. We have 1,046 kilometers, equivalent to 650-mile coastline along the Arabian Sea and Gulf of Oman in the south. And Pakistan is bordered by India in the east, Afghanistan in the west, Iran to the southwest, and China in the northeast. Pakistan is fifth most populous country in the world with a population above 12 million. Pakistan is 33rd largest country by area, spread over 881,913 square kilometer, which is equivalent to 340,509 square miles. Next slide, please. Next. Now, a few words about NPO Pakistan. The vision of NPO Pakistan is that we visualize Pakistan as an economically productive and globally competitive country. Our mission is to enhance total factor productivity in Pakistan through human resource development, technological demonstration, and improvement of practices, processes, and procedures by 2030. The birth of NPO Pakistan is coterminous with the birth of APO. APO was created as an interprovincial intergovernmental convention in Japan in 1961. Pakistan, being one of the 8 founding members, joined the organization at the time of its inception. Now, APO has 21 member countries in the Asia Pacific region. In 2006, NPO Pakistan was registered and incorporated under Section 42 of the Companies Ordinance 1984. And since its birth, it has been working under the umbrella of Ministry of Industries and Production for productivity enhancement in Pakistan. Next slide, please. Now, general COVID-19 situation in Pakistan. Next. The first case of COVID-19 was reported in Pakistan on February 26, 2020. Pakistan closed all its land borders for 15 days with effect from March 13, 2020. Confirmed cases started rising rapidly with effect from March 15, 2020. That's immediately with the closure of the borders. International flights were suspended on Saturday, March 21. And by March 23, 2020, about 870 cases were confirmed over the length and breadth of the country. Lockdown was announced and enforced the same day on Monday, March 23. And the number of confirmed cases jumped from 53 to 1078 during the period of March 15 to 25, 2020. Next slide, please. $4 million US. India is obviously well ahead of us with a loss of 348 million. Turkey is 425 million. And it resulted from a 2% reduction of China's export of intermediary inputs. For a pretty longer period of time, starting from last week of March till mid-May, our ports remained closed. There was hardly any air transport taking place except for the receipt or supply of the medical equipments. So the entire supply chain globally stayed disrupted during this period of time. And as far as Europe is one of our export destinations, as far as our exports to Europe were concerned, they were badly affected because of the COVID-19, because besides United States of America, Europe was probably one of the worst hit region as far as spread of the COVID was concerned. So our industries faced disruption of global domestic supply chain as well as disruption of demand. Thank you.
Thank you. I noticed in your one of your slides that there was a decline in total exports from February to April, but that there's a sudden turnaround with increases to the month of June. So is that directly related to the injection of government stimulus, or are there other factors?
Honestly, it's very difficult to respond. There could be host of factors. So stimulus from the government is one of the factors, but disaggregating that with what is the most important or the leading factor for this resurgence, it's really difficult to determine or predict at this point in time.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Nawaz. Let me move to my final question for you, and that is, what is the most important lesson we should learn from this pandemic?
The most important lesson, in my view, is to put our guards on, stay alert, and never take the natural calamities lightly. We have faced the pandemic in the form of, say, SARS, in the form of bird flu, Congo virus, and many others. But this one is very unique in nature. Its spread is unpredictable, its outcome is unpredictable, how it's going to behave is unpredictable, and it has been around since 2019, and so far no solution, no agreed upon remedy or medicine has been prescribed to deal with this problem. No vaccine has been available till this point in time. Before the advent of COVID-19, we were thinking that if there's a disease, there's a solution or cure available, at least in the developed world, or at least to the affording people or the elites, even in the developing and underdeveloped world. But this has negated all those beliefs. So we should never be complacent about uncertainty as far as natural calamity is concerned, and should never lower our guards. It can hit in any manner, it can lead to any outcomes. So complacency is the most dangerous thing we must be cautious about, we must guard against. Secondly, pre-planning against the uncertainty. An uncertain situation, a natural calamity, can hit us in any form. So we have to pre-plan to deal with that kind of emergency, that kind of exigency, that kind of pandemic, disease, or natural calamity in any other form. So we have to pre-plan to deal with the uncertainties associated with the natural calamities. And thirdly, resilience. We have to plan for resilience, how to storm the weather, how to face the difficulties, stay afloat, sustain ourselves, retain our core competencies, retain productive capacities, human capital, social capital, whatever it is, and then wait for the good day, wait for the opportunities as they fall our way, and be ready to exploit the opportunities in future. Thank you.
Very well said, Mr. Nawaz. And I noticed that we have questions still coming in for you. Unfortunately, due to the limitations of time, we will not be able to address them live, but I think we'll be able to address them through the private chat later after this live session. So, Additional Secretary Nawaz, thank you so much for giving us your insights over the past hour. Our viewers in APO member countries and beyond have gained a lot from this session. Before this Top Talk is over, do you have any final thoughts for our viewers?
Stay safe, stay home. If it's inevitable, I wish them again peace, progress, and prosperity. Thank you, Dr. Smith.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate having you here today, Additional Secretary Nawaz. Viewers, thank you for joining us today, and I hope that you learned a lot from this Top Talk. Please stay safe, everyone, and thanks for tuning in.